Hi, my name is Meghan Giglio, and I wrote an article for the William Tennant Varsity Cheerleaders, and I'm here with varsity head coach Tanisha and assistant varsity coach Tracy Hess. So the article's called "Keeping Success, Changing Everything Else." So just from that, ladies, what has been the changes this year? Focus.
Basically, I would say the focus on keeping the girls. What's the word we're trying to look for? We're trying to keep them focused. We want dedication with some of the girls, well, all the girls, I should say. In the beginning, it's tough. I mean, learning the routine and the mounts we seem to have a lot of issues with this year in practice. But I think if we clean up some things, we should be able to, pull some things off.
And the big part of focus is making sure that they are timely, being aware of what their responsibilities are, and making sure that they're keeping nutrition as a big part of all of their routine. And in the routine, we're talking about their practicing, we're talking about their game routine, and we're just talking about, keeping up their athletic skills. Whether it's during gym class, outside of school, or here on the mats in practice or on the field.
Right. Good point.
Well, yeah, I mean, I know just from speaking with the girls now twice, I feel much more comfortable with them. I love their passion. The difference seems to be that they really want to be here. And that's exceptional for me looking at high school cheerleaders or high school student athletes, especially. You're not being given a scholarship to be there yet. You're really just there because either it's something to do or you want to be there, and that's what's great is that not many. I don't think many high school student athletes really enjoy practicing, but these girls really seem to do that.
And I do believe
they want to go out and have fun and party, whatever. They're young and they want to do that. And getting to practice sometimes can be a drag, but they actually seem like they really want to be there and they're looking forward to the challenges.
I think they're excited, like they did mention in your article. I think the big thing they're coaching. They have new coaches this year. Tanisha is fabulous. I mean, I was excited when she asked me to help her out. I mean, these girls really want to give us both 100%, and that means a lot. And when you have good coaches, you're going to come in and you're going to work hard for your coaches. And I think that has a lot to do with what we have, the product that we have right now.
So now that you guys stepped in as new leaders, what has been like the revamping of the health and fitness? Like I know there's been a lot of changes as far as conditioning, and the girls love it. They're loving the challenge, and that's the other part of preseason used to be like as a student athlete, like no, but like they're like bring it, like they want that challenge, like they want somebody who's pushing them and making them better athletes day by day, and that's.
I think I'll let T also talk on that end. The conditioning is the big part of the final results. And without the push-ups, I know she mentioned today, you've seen some stuff on film with them using the legs and the mounting. They don't realize how important the conditioning part is in the whole entire routine. So they do appreciate that. Plus they have meal plans this year. I don't know if any of them follow on them,
that's great.
They have a lot more than most schools are able to get. They have to take outside sources where they're getting all in one with the coaching this year.
Yeah, and we're definitely lucky. We have an asset. Tracy is health and fitness. She is in the business of health and fitness. Basically, came in, gave the girls a meal plan, came in, showed the girls the exercises and routines that they need to incorporate into their lifestyles in order to come into the gym and pull off all of the things that they need to do in cheer, which is going to be the gymnastics, the dance, the stunting, and the cheering. From having a good role model like Tracy, they're able to have that platform so that they're able to lead that type of lifestyle. And we're hoping that they'll continue to do this, once they go to college or in any other sport or activity that they're involved in.
And there's one more point I want to make before we get to your next question. The thing that is also beautiful is that there's a life lesson that's learned. And when Tanisha talks to these girls, she's taking them outside, like she said, outside of the mats and taking them to the real world. And like you said, it's really, really important because a lot of these girls are graduating this year, and it's going to be a rude awakening when they get out there. So they're learning the skills. Now, don't cry. She's great. So, hand in hand, it's wonderful. It's a total package here, and I love it.
Well, that brings me up. When I interviewed you for the article that I wrote, I remember, the whole student athlete facet, we've touched on as far as being athletes, but I love how there's a certain GPA that they must maintain within the school that you actually raised in order to make sure that they're keeping up their studies as functioning student athletes. And I just want to mention that.
Yeah, they're supposed to maintain a 60% average in order to be eligible for any type of athletic participation. And what we require is a 70% average. And we have access to Skyward, which their grades are on. So, we go on there and we stalk the girls on it, and we make sure that they are maintaining their average. Now, we are lucky because we have a group of girls who are very dedicated to their academics. So just like any group of kids, you do have some students who are going to struggle in different areas, and we'll require them to go to office hours or to get extra help. And if they need to be late for practice for that, that's perfectly fine.
So it's flexibility on that end.
Well, this is two more. So, based on what I asked you earlier, what are your challenges as coaches this year?
I would say
Talk first.
I would say the biggest challenge is trying to make sure that the girls maintain a level of humbleness, to make sure that they are aware that they are great, but even though they are great, to know that they have a lot to work on and a lot of areas that they need to improve, and to be gracious to others that come to our school environment. And it's kind of like a balancing act when we're coaching them, because you want to reward them when they do well, but you also want to let them know how they can improve, or let them know when they're not giving their 100%. And it's a balancing act, because you don't want to keep badgering people over the head to try to bring them down a notch, but you also don't want to keep complimenting them, to make them comfortable. So there's a lot of competition out there, but we definitely have the team that has the skills, and William Tennant Cheer definitely has the skills to do very well in competition. It's just making sure that they are aware of what their strengths are and what their weaknesses are, and how to improve it.
And I know in the article that you wrote, Maggie, when you kind of actually brought tears to my eyes, and I actually told Tanisha about it. It was that, they want to be respected this year, just don't want to be William Tennant, they suck. They want respect, and that really broke my heart. And that's why we're here, because we want them they get the respect that they deserve, because they're working hard. As you can see on film, you'll see the beginning, and you will see the end when they actually compete. You'll see a big difference, guaranteed.
That's great. Well, that brings me to my last question. Is they won District 1 champs. They're District 1 champs. They won their first District 1 title. What?
We need that title back.
Yeah, Tracy basically came in last year with varsity. Last year I was freshman coach, but Tracy came in and worked with that team last year, and even before she came in, worked with them and shaped them up. Exactly. I was just like, she's great. She worked with them, shaped them up, got them ready for competition, and they took District 1. And I honestly can say it was her coming in and stepping in was a great contribution to the team. So, this year, she needs to be on her A game, obviously. No.
Yes, I'm trying.
So then at the end of the season, what do you want spectators to think of the squad that you've chiseled to be the best that they possibly can? What do you want people to come away with?
We want them to, look at the girls and think, wow, that's the first thing. Second thing, we want them to think that they're respectful. And the last thing, we want them to respect the girls. So that's what we want them to
And even from the beginning of the season, just cheering at the games, people already see a huge difference in these girls. And that's a great feeling, because you at least know, like, as moms, you're doing your job right. So this is great. So that we're already starting off on a good start.
Yes.
We have ways to go.
We got a lot of compliments on both ends. Parents, from members of the school community, people who work in the school, and the girls are really excited. They'll tell us about the compliments. We just had a game, and a couple of girls told us about people who were from the community that gave them compliments, and a little girl who wanted to see one of the girls do a back handspring. So, it just kind of, spreads, and that's what we're looking to do.
Yeah, it's a performance sport.
Great.
People are noticing. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's what we
Yeah, it
want.
makes a big difference, especially like, you know, the flips and the dips, whatever you guys do.
Yep, the flips and dips. That's what it is.
But all right, that's it. Thanks so much, you guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Otto.